Hello, New York Giants fans, and welcome to the Valentine's Views podcast. Please like, share, and subscribe if you're watching us on YouTube, and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts across the big Blue View Radio network. All right, this is our Friday show and would normally be a crossover preview, but unfortunately, I was unable to line up a guest from SB Nation's Miami Dolphins website, the Finsider. So you guys are stuck with me for a little bit today on what's probably going to be a fairly short, fairly quick show. Give you guys some news notes, some opinions, and make my predictions for Sunday's game against the Miami Dolphins. All right, few injury notes for the Giants. Looks like they're going to continue to be without left tackle Andrew Thomas. The official injury report for Friday isn't out yet, but Thomas, who's missed 3 games now with the hamstring injury, still is not practicing. So didn't practice Wednesday, didn't practice Thursday. Would assume that he's probably not going to practice today, which means he would be out on Sunday, be a 4th straight game missed for the Giants' best offensive lineman. It looks like it's also heading towards starting center John Michael Schmitz being out. Schmitz injured a shoulder in the Monday night game against the Seattle Seahawks, and he also hasn't practiced this week. So once again, some shuffling likely to occur on the Giants' offensive line. Probably going to see Ben Bredesen play center, and you're probably going to see the benched veteran right guard Mark Glowinski playing at left guard. That because Shane Lemieux, who's been playing ahead of Glowinski, is also dealing with a groin injury. Lemieux's another Giants offensive lineman who hasn't practiced this week. So your offensive line for the Giants on Sunday likely to be Josh Azudu at left tackle, Mark Glowinski at left guard, Ben Bredesen at center, Marcus McKethan at right guard, Evan Neal at right tackle, as the Giants, continue to be forced to shuffle that offensive line. Hopefully, at some point, that offensive line settles down and begins to give Daniel Jones some semblance of protection and give the Giants some semblance of an opportunity to run a real NFL offense, which they really haven't been able to do for most of the 2023 NFL season so far. A couple of other injury notes. We've got to talk about Saquon Barkley. Barkley was non-committal on Thursday about whether or not he would return to action Sunday against the Miami Dolphins. He seems to be doing more and more at practice, a little more active this week, did some team periods of practice, which he really hadn't done in the week leading up to the Seattle game. Barkley's missed 2 games now with the high ankle sprain suffered in week 2. And if you go by Barkley's past history, twice prior in his career, he's missed time with ankle injuries. Once he missed 3 games, once he missed 4 games. This timeline, having missed, 2 weeks, this being a 3rd week, this might be a time when Barkley could get back on the field. The thing about that is whether he plays or not, if you look at Barkley's history and you look at what a high ankle sprain is, I don't expect Saquon Barkley to be to be the Barkley that we think of, to be the explosive, make guys miss kind of player that we think of. I think it's very difficult to plant and cut and do the kinds of things that you need to do to make NFL defenders miss on a high ankle sprain. So if Barkley plays on Sunday, simply having him in the lineup, having his name in the lineup, having his presence in the backfield could help Daniel Jones. It could help the play action passing game, might help the running game a little bit, might help convince Brian Dable and Mike Kafka to lean on the running game a little bit more, which is something I would really like to see the Giants do. Giants are actually, I think, 26th in the league in terms of percentage of how often they run the football. And that includes Daniel Jones running for his life on scrambles. I would love to see the Giants lean into the running game a little bit more to try to help Jones, who obviously hasn't played well, obviously has been hit too much, obviously has been harassed too much, and obviously is being affected by all of that. So we'll see what happens there. But let's do this right now. As I said, this is going to be a pretty short show. Let's get into making my prediction for Sunday's Giants Dolphins game, and our sponsor at SB Nation for betting odds for all of your betting needs is, of course, DraftKings Sportsbook. And so before we get into the prediction, let's let's read the disclaimer that I have to read. So let's do that. All right. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.1800gambler.net. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling by calling 888-789-7777 or visiting ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, licensee partner Golden Nugget, Lake Charles, Louisiana, 21 and over, age varies by jurisdiction, void in Ontario. See sportsbook.draftkings.com/football for eligibility, terms, and responsible gaming resources. All right, listen, when you think about picking the Giants Dolphins game, there's really no legitimate way that you can pick the Giants to win the football game. The spread on the game continues to rise. DraftKings currently has that spread at 12 and a half points. And listen, I wouldn't blame you if you took the Giants and the points, but there's no way that you can take the money line and take the Giants to win the game. Wouldn't blame you at all, though, taking the points. I think that at some point the Giants have to play a more competitive, better game against a good football team. They've been blown out in the 3 games they've played against 2022 playoff teams. They've been outscored 94-15 in those 3 games. On the face of it, you would think, well, they got blown out by those 3 teams. They'll probably get blown out by the Dolphins. And I honestly wouldn't blame you if you took the Dolphins in the points either. But at some point, the Giants have to play a better football game. I think they're embarrassed at this point. I think they have to sort of retrench, reevaluate, do some things differently. I think they'll give a better effort on Sunday against Miami. They might keep this game a little bit closer, but it still wouldn't surprise me if Miami wins by a couple of touchdowns. So I don't really know what to tell you about the money line, about the points here. If it was me betting money, and I don't bet, I'll be honest with you, I do not put money on games. But if it was me, I wouldn't want to touch this point spread. I really wouldn't want to touch it. The Giants just haven't shown enough so far this season, and it's a huge point spread, but I wouldn't want to touch it. So what I would touch is the over under, which is 47 and a half. Normally on Giants games, I take the under, or I would take the under. Here, I have no problem taking the over. Miami averages 37 and a half points a game, most in the league. I think they're going to put up points on Sunday. I don't think the Giants, who played a little bit better defensively against Seattle, I don't think the Giants are going to hold Miami to 17 points or 20 points. I think the Dolphins are going to approach 30 points. Miami's been giving up almost 30 points a game. I think this could be a little bit of a get healthy game for the Giants on offense if they can figure out a way to give Daniel Jones at least a little bit of time, if they can figure out a way to get the ball to Darren Waller, if they can get the ball out of Jones' hands quickly, if they remember to use the running game, I think they can put up 20 points in this game. maybe 23 points in this game. We'll have to see. But I would feel comfortable taking the over largely because of the explosive nature of the Miami offense. And I think sooner or later the Giants will begin to score at least a few more points than the 11 and a half league worst that they're averaging currently. So that's what I've got for you today, Giants fans. Just a quick injury update, quick prediction. Always appreciate the support. Please check out bigblueview.com for all of your Giants needs and for all of our coverage of Giants Dolphins previews, in game, post game, anything and everything you need regarding the Giants you can find on our website. So thank you as always for listening. Please stay safe out there, take care of each other, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.